Hi, I'm Jackson, and welcome to Concordia on Air.
In news, a Supreme Court retirement.
And in sports, Washington football team changed their name.
And in arts and entertainment, the impact of YouTube.
All that and more on Concordia on Air. Ladies and gentlemen, the weekday.
And I'm Parker.
I'm Jackson.
And welcome to Concordia on Air. Jackson, I think we need to do a musical episode.
We do. I can sing.
Okay.
I can't actually sing.
Can you sing?
No.
What song do you sing in the shower?
Lately, it's been 3090 from Tick Tick Boom, which is from a musical.
3090 Tick Tick Boom. I still need to watch Tick Tick Boom.
It's great.
Is it
Andrew
on Netflix?
Garfield learned how, yes.
Okay.
Andrew Garfield learned how to sing in the pandemic. He lied to Lin-Manuel Miranda
Really?
to get into the movie.
Oh, he lied?
Yeah,
How
he's
so?
like- Well, Lin-Manuel Miranda was like, I really liked your audition, but can you sing? And Andrew Garfield was like, yeah, I can sing. He couldn't sing.
Not to be like an empath or anything, but I think Lin-Manuel Miranda is, I get bad vibes. I don't know, call me awful. Am I the only one in that? America, do you agree with me?
I don't. I think he's a nice, kind-hearted man.
But you know what I did watch 40 times over winter break?
What?
Encanto.
Encanto. He's not in that.
Well, he wrote the music for it, though.
He wanted to play
So
Bruno.
he does have some Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But John Leguizamo was like, this is me.
This
I
is
am
me.
Bruno.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo.
But we don't
famous.
talk about Bruno.
We don't.
No.
But you can
no,
talk
no,
about
no.
John Leguizamo, also known as Sid the Sloth.
Really? Do you know who is a real cool person from that movie, though? Dolores. I loved the character Dolores and how she could hear so far away, and I love that actress's voice, too. I think she does so many beautiful little runs in there.
It's a very beautiful movie altogether.
Do you have a favorite character?
I saw it 2 months ago, and I liked it, but I actually don't remember a lot of it because I was bewildered by the theater I saw it in.
Yeah.
Up in Grand Forks.
Oh, you
Weird
saw it in theater?
Yes.
I thought they only did a release on
No.
Disney Plus.
No, it had
okay.
a 30-day thing, so
Okay.
it was on there like 30 days, which is sooner than later.
Yes,
But that's a
yeah.
discussion for a different day, and how Disney secretly hates both of its animation arms.
Oh no, I think you just got us canceled. I don't think we can come back on YouTube.
Next week on A&E, why Disney doesn't like Pixar or Disney animation. We'll talk about it.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, we will talk about that. Thank you for finding that segment. That you just saved me some quick time. All right, Jackson, what are we doing now?
We're doing the news.
Welcome to our news desk tonight. My name is Andy.
And I'm Paul.
US President Joe Biden is to send extra troops to Europe this week amid continuing fears of Russia invasion of Ukraine, the Pentagon says. Some 2,000 troops will be sent from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to Poland and Germany, and a further 1,000 already in Germany will go to Romania. In a report compiled by BBC, Moscow denies planning to invade but has deployed an estimated 10,000 troops near Ukraine's borders. It fiercely opposes Ukraine joining the NATO military alliance. The tensions come 8 years after Russia annexed Ukraine's southern Crimea Peninsula and backward a bloody rebellion in the eastern Donbas region. Moscow accuses the Ukrainian government of failing to implement the Minsk agreement on the international deals to restore peace to the east, where Russia-backed rebels control swathes of the territory, and in at least 14,000 people have been killed since 2014. However, the U.S. troops being deployed will not fight in Ukraine, but will ensure the defense of U.S. allies. Of the 2,000 troops being sent from the Fort Bragg, 1,700 members of the 82nd Airborne Division will be sent to Poland, and the others will go to Germany.
On Wednesday, it was revealed that Justice Stephen Breyer, a senior member of the Supreme Court's liberal wing, will retire from the bench. While his resignation is unlikely to change the ideological breakdown of the court, a 6-3 conservative majority, Democrats, and many other on the left, will have breathed a sigh of relief. Justice Breyer's decision to leave has given President Biden the chance to nominate his successor while Democrats control the Senate. The Biden administration will make their choices in the following weeks to come.
Almost half a century after it was stolen, a Roman statue of God Bacchus has been handed back to the French Museum where it was displayed. The first-century bronze of Bacchus as a child was taken away by thieves in December 1973, along with 5,000 Roman coins. A detective, Arthur Brand, traced the statue to the museum where a client was offered it by an Australian collector. 50 years after theft, it's unheard of that something came back. Normally, it's being destroyed, he said to BBC. The 40-centimeter high statue was hung up on site of the Gallo-Roman village of Vetlam in eastern France in 1894, and years later featured in a Paris exhibition of France's finest art pieces. When Mr. Brand handed the statue back to the Musée du Paris this week, director Catherine Monet said she realized how much more beautiful it was than the copy that had been put on display. The Dutch art sleuth, who had built a reputation for tracking down stolen masterpieces put around the world, said the museum was flabbergasted when he told them he had traced their missing statue.
A shooting outside a school in a Minneapolis suburb left one student dead and another in critical condition on Tuesday afternoon, according to the authorities, who said several hours later that 2 suspects had been arrested. The gunfire erupted around noon near the entrance of the South Education Center in Richfield, Minnesota. It was not immediately clear what led to the shooting or whether the students had been targeted. The victims, whose names are not yet released as by Tuesday evening, were found on the sidewalk, the police said. Area schools remain closed today as a precaution.
In our last bulletin today, the National Archives is preparing to turn over some of the former Vice President Mike Pence's official record to the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack, the agency disclosed in a letter posted to its website. The treasure of records will be turned over by March 3rd, absent a court order, officials said. Several senior Pence aides have appeared before congressional January 6th investigators in recent days, including Pence's former Chief of Staff Mark Short and Counsel Greg Jacob. Pence's former National Security Advisor Keith Kellogg has also cooperated with the panel's inquiry, testifying to investigators to assert privileges over some vice presidential materials could go back to court to try to stop the panel from receiving Pence's records. And now, to our interview to hear more about the Access Club.
Hello, everyone. My name is Parker Erickson again, and I have 2 amazing student leaders here today in the studio from Club Access. Can you introduce yourselves for us today?
My name is Layla Ali. I am a social work major, and I'm the president of Club Access.
Yep, and my name is Joanna Costa Palmeros. I double major in political science and communication, and I am the vice president of Club Access.
Okay, everyone, I'll be honest, I didn't know we had literal president and vice president in the studio today.
Yeah.
Where's your security? I feel like I should have signed some Secret Service form or something like that. Okay, well, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedules today to be here on the show with us today. We're going to be talking about everything Club Access, which is a club that was started by these 2 wonderful people, and I'm sure quite a few more other students on campus. So first thing that I want to know from you 2, what is Club Access? What is the mission statement of that club?
Okay, Club Access is a club that Joanna, I, and a few of our cadre members from our Act 6 scholarship organized last year in around November. And the purpose to create this club was to create a space where students of color, students from marginalized backgrounds can come together and share their experiences, build their community, talk about hard discussions, and kind of just have a people to belong to here at Concordia.
That's amazing, and I'm so glad that a club like this exists on campus. Has anything similar to this been a club on Concordia's campus before?
I don't think so. Something that's kind of just for all students of color. We have BSU, that's a great club that brings students of color together. And we have LOA here at Concordia, which is a Latinx club. But Club Access was kind of created to be able to bring all these people together from all different backgrounds and have a safe space on campus.
Okay, that's amazing. And I want to hear a little bit more about your meetings. When you are meeting with everyone in the club, what are some things that are discussed? What's the structure of it like? What do you talk about?
Some of our discussions in the past has mainly been topics surrounding social justice. So like some of the few topics we had would be around environmental injustices, or like the how do you say, the disagreements around Thanksgiving and like why people celebrate it or not, and then just other stuff like that. And then it's really nice to see how students engage in each other's conversations, because students all bring in different perspectives. So this really allows a safe space so students can feel comfortable. At least that's what we want to create, so students feel comfortable to voice those perspectives.
That is awesome, and like everything you're saying, I almost want to like blush, and just like it makes me so happy that like you two are actively like wanting to like make sure that people feel comfortable on this campus, especially since so many students that go to school here don't feel comfortable. And like the fact that you're taking initiative to like change that is like, again, like a club that is so like needed on this campus, and I'm really glad that it exists now, thanks to you two. So you just put on a really fun event last weekend. Can you explain to us rather, what that event was about? What was it for? Like, what's the mission of that? Or like, why did you put on that event?
Right. So the event we put on was Squid Games.
Okay.
We threw a Squid Games event to kind of have an event where people can have fun and engage in something that's kind of sort of a hot topic. When we began planning it, it was like the new show out. A lot of people had known about it, and so we were like, how can we bring this to Concordia and make it something fun for our community to get involved? Students of color, speaking from my own experience, I can say like being able to go to club meetings and join certain things on campus are not very easy as a person of color. And just being able to throw an event thrown by people of color where we can be able to have it kind of be a safe space and bring the greater Concordia community in, bring it specifically for students of color to have something to enjoy. It was also meant to just like kind of have something fun. It's been a really hard year.
Yep.
And introduce everyone to each other, to have a place and like a shared experience to create those bonds and build on them in the future.
And how did the event go? What was it like?
I think it went really well.
Awesome.
We had a good turnout. It was like 50 participants.
Really?
And yeah.
Okay, that might be like the largest like event we've had on campus this year, because honestly, I mean, since COVID, people have been a lot more reserved. So that makes me so happy to hear. Okay, so you had about 50 participants.
Yeah. So, and we led them through a series of different games, and each contestant were really playing at their fullest, because our first prize was $300. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it was really fun seeing everybody engage with each other, really competing with one another to make sure they get the prize and everything. And it was nice, because it's a good positive energy that we all need, especially with this year and everything
Yes.
that's brought with it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm so glad that it sounds super successful. What events do you want to hold in the future? What's the future like for this club?
We're working on a lot of things in the future that we don't want to say just yet, just in case.
I know, you got to build the hype.
But we'll give you something.
You
We'll
already
give-
have the clout. You just got to keep them waiting. I
Yes,
love it. Yes,
exactly. We
Okay.
are planning a retreat. That has been like a goal of our
I'm like
club.
freaking out. I'm gonna join this club, by the way.
You
That
should.
sounds like
You
fun.
should.
Okay.
It's been a goal of our club to have a retreat, to have students of color and from marginalized backgrounds be able to go somewhere, build bonds, have a team of people that kind of go through it with you, talk about different things, talk about social justice, talk about just normal life things, and have fun. And then we want to do this in the beginning of the year so new students of color can all kind of get to know each other. We've been planning it for a while, and like it's a lot of planning that goes into it. So hopefully next
couldn't
year
imagine.
we can make it a reality, especially after like being able to actually successfully throw an event completely student-led, and something as big as Squid Games that had more than 50 participants. It was great. So I am really confident that we can do this and
Absolutely.
get more people on the board
Yes.
and in the club and make Concordia a better place.
Yeah.
God, yay! Again, guys, everyone, this is just the coolest. Okay, I love the idea of this retreat, and I cannot wait to see how that manifests in the future. I'm sure it's just going to be like the most fun that anyone's ever had on the history of this campus. Okay, well, I do have one more question for you both, because one thing that we know, we get to like talk to our interview subjects, but we don't really get to know you. So this is the question where I want to get to know you. What is your favorite book? And what is your favorite song?
Okay.
What are your recommendations for us?
You want me to go first?
You can. Okay.
Sorry to put you on the spot. I really
I
do
know.
apologize.
There is a book written by Reina Grande. It's like, I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Reina Grande? Not Ariana. Reina.
No,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, but basically, I forgot what it's called. I think it's like, I don't know, but it's something I was introduced to in our like, reading class. And basically, it's a biography where an author talks and explains her life story about what it's like to be Mexican growing up in America. And that's something I've been constantly exposed to, like, just to one narrative in all books. This was the first time I finally found a book that I could relate to. So that's the book I recommend.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, by Reina Grande?
Yeah.
Rain, yes.
Yes.
Renee?
No.
Reina.
Yeah, I need to double check.
Everyone, it is your homework to Google her name and read that book. Okay, awesome. And what song?
My favorite song at the moment. This is hard because I listen to a lot.
Yes, yep.
But one that's always been in my head lately is Clouds by One Direction.
Clouds by One Direction. Okay, we have a directioner in the studio today.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get you two both on A&E, and we'll talk about that in the future. Okay. Okay. What about you, Layla? Book and song.
I can't give you a book. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's okay. Honestly, I'm illiterate half the time, so I don't read a lot. That's okay.
But I would say like my favorite song is two tied. One is called Take a Minute, and it's by Kanan, and he's
Okay.
a Somali artist. And it's something that I actually relate to and has like been able to remind me how to like make it through hardships. And then the second song that a lot of people probably more know is Love Yours by J. Cole. Because,
Yes. Yep.
you know.
And you actually got me into J. Cole. And we talked about it once at social activism, a class that we had taken together, everyone, a little inside scoop. You get to know a little bit more about our lives. Really great artist. Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing that. And finally, if people want to join Club Access, how do you be a part of it?
I think you can literally just show up to our meetings. They're bi-weekly. We're gonna have a next one, I think, next.
This coming Monday.
Yes.
This Monday?
Yes.
What time?
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m.
in
Where at?
Bishop Whipple.
The Bishop?
Room 249.
Yes.
2, 4, 9. There we go. I'm not a math major, guys. Stuff is hard sometimes.
I get it.
Okay, any departing words for us today?
Just that we hope to see more students of color get more
Yeah.
involved in the club. Thank you so much, Parker.
Okay, well, thank you both. Thank you. All right, next up we have sports.
To our sports tonight. After 2 years of speculation, the Washington football team revealed its new name and new look on Wednesday at the Washington Commandos. One legacy, one unified future. We are the Washington Commandos, the Washington, D.C.-based professional football team announced via Twitter. The team dropped its former name in July 2020 after years of complaints over its racist connotations towards Native Americans.
Concordia led St. John's 35-33 at the half, but then a 12-0 run in the final 8 minutes of the second period sent the Cobbers up to a 80-65 loss. Junior Jackson Jangwala knocked down a jump shot to bring Concordia within a single point at 56-55 with 8:12 to play. The Johnnies then scored the next 12 points in the game and 19 of the next 21 to seize control of the game and come away with the victory. The loss is the third straight for Concordia, and they finish out the month of January with a 3-4 record. CC is now 4-10 overall and 3-8 in the MIAC. St. John's wins for the fourth straight game and improves to 15-3 overall and 12-1 in league play.
Koba freshman Isaac Henkemeyahoe was named the MIC Men's Hockey Player of the Week after helping Concordia post its second consecutive conference sweep. Henkemeyahoe becomes the first Koba player to earn the MIC weekly honor this year and first since teammate Tyler Bosse received the award on December 3, 2018. Henkemeyahoe had a team-high 4 points in the 2 victories over St. Scholastica on the weekend. He had a goal and 2 assists to Concordia's 4-1 win on Friday and then added the game-winning goal on the Saturday in the Coba's 4-2 victory. Thank you so much, and now we have a package about sustainability in the Science Center.
The Integrated Science Center has made for a fantastic learning and study space on campus since its construction in 2017. In addition to this, the ISC has also made great strides in sustainable design.
Sustainable energy was a really big focus as we were designing this building. The ISC, as we see it today, opened in 2017. And before that, it was 2 separate buildings. So they were both kind of gutted and renovated and then joined together and rebuilt. And through that whole process, a lot of the mechanical systems were redone. The science buildings are huge energy hogs. They're usually some of the most energy consumptive buildings on a campus.
The ISC's dedication to sustainability was recognized when it earned gold status from the Leadership in Environmental Energy and Design program.
The building has several different features regarding energy. One is something called a heat recovery system, where way up on the roof there's a whole story that nobody ever goes to. That's just the mechanical room up there that includes what's called a heat recovery panel. So as the building is heated, some of that energy is recaptured to be reused in the buildings. All of the lights in the building are LED lights, so we invested in high quality, low energy use lighting. Also, all of the controls for the lighting and as you notice as you go in and out of rooms are automatic, as well as there's just sensors throughout the building that are sensing micro changes in the climate in different parts of the building and adjusting the temperature and other monitors accordingly, so that everything is really being kind of micromanaged to be most energy efficient.
In addition to being an environmentally friendly facility, the ISC is also designed to teach students about sustainability with signage and sustainability-related projects displayed throughout the building.
The college, of course, has a campus-wide commitment to sustainability, and that's been an important initiative of President Crafts the whole time that he's been president, but of course before that as well. So when the decision was made to renovate these buildings and kind of revamp the science buildings on campus, part of that was to support all of the great science programming we have on campus, but also it's keeping with the mission of all of the scientists working on campus. We were also very vocal in advocating for this being a sustainable building so that we can be kind of walking the walk as well as talking the talk. And so part of the impetus was for the sustainability features to be a learning tool. So some of these features are incorporated into different classes and class projects. So it met campus goals. Of course, it's the right thing to do for the planet, and we really felt it met our educational goals to have a building that was highly sustainable.
This is Ben Hunke and Solomon Johnson with Cord on Air.
YouTube, or is it UsTube?
Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel today, and we're going to talk about the impact of YouTube on arts and entertainment today. The impact of YouTube on my life personally has been mostly positive, some negative, but mostly positive. Jackson, when did you first download YouTube? When did you first really start going on the app? On the website?
I think when I was like 5 or something like that, watching like those it was me and my mom, we'd watch like old 80s animated stuff, but it was edited over to say naughty things. We didn't know it was naughty things until we started watching. But,
that's kind of fun though. No, I remember back in the day, I probably also started when I was like 5. I watched Fred Figglehorn.
I missed that guy.
Fred, what happened to Fred? Well, he got rich from Nickelodeon and then just dipped in.
Well, he also got rich from YouTube.
Oh,
YouTube.
More importantly,
YouTube used to be big banks, but now it's like
it's pennies.
Yeah.
No, but YouTubers used to be millionaires back in the heyday. So my personal favorite time on YouTube was like 2011 into like 2016, maybe earlier than that, like 2014, I watched British YouTubers like obsessively, like Zoella, Josug, and that was like a very cutesy time in YouTube, pretty like innocent. Well, not really, because Shane Dawson was on it. But when do you really remember like who was your first big YouTuber?
I think when I first got my first like tablet or phone, I think it was a Google device, so it had YouTube, and there was this Minecraft YouTuber. I forget
So many
his
good ones.
name.
Captain
it was
Sparkles.
Like, it was not a big one at all. It was like Indie Magic Minecraft or something like
Love
that.
that.
Some weird name like that. But it was just a guy and his sister doing cool mods.
Aw.
Yeah.
I love that.
my first.
I also watched a lot of Minecraft. I used to love Captain Sparkles. He was like my number one. A lot of people's like number ones, I think. I has Cupquake, which is so embarrassing saying out loud as a 21-year-old. But I really loved her, and she still makes content. I think they both do. So I wonder how they make their money though, because yeah, it's just. It's not like back in our day, folks.
Yeah, it's weird because now more money is being funneled into YouTube, like video production, than ever before. But those creators are seeing such a small return versus like Fred or Lucas Crawshank. He was putting in like maybe $10 a week into production and was getting like hundreds of thousands of dollars a week, making millions a year. And now if somebody like Fred were to exist, he'd be lucky if he made $5.
Yeah,
off of that.
yep. I do think it still exists among a very select class of people,
Yeah.
though, and also their production since becoming famous, I'm sure, has drastically increased in price. The first one that comes to my head is Emma Chamberlain. She's the queen of like the effortless lifestyle that is so easy breezy and like the person you want to be, but like really she's in her like $1 million New York apartment and such. But yeah, I don't know. YouTube, I will be telling my kids about the heyday of YouTube. What about you?
I will be telling them
Maybe you'll
to
be too
join us
cool.
next week for our sponsored show
Yeah.
from MeUndies.
What's MeUndies?
Underwear.
I did not okay this, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at Concordia College, a Christian university, or college rather.
Hey,
Goodbye.
there's nothing wrong with undies.